Be very careful what you do when you are offended and when you are hurt. Because whenever you are hurt and offended, you become a weapon in the hands of the enemy. And in order to justify your pain and your hurt, you will take decisions, do things that later on will have serious consequence on you. And it takes years. And I've seen people in this church offended and hurt, and they left. They went places, they said all kinds of things about me. I don't see anything, I just ignore it. Because I know it is not them. And after many years, they come to themselves, but they have to reap the consequence. They have to face the consequence of what they did because they were hurt and offended. When the enemy wants to destroy you, the first thing he does is to get you offended and get you out of church. And it's just a matter of time, he'll get you. Go to Luke 22:31. Give me Luke 22:30, and then we'll come to Ephesians 6.
And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he might sift you as wheat.
You see? So this was Satan's plan. He had a plan. He had a plan for Peter. He had a plan to destroy Peter. And he went to Jesus. And he asked for Peter. And said, Jesus, I want Peter. And Jesus said to Peter, Satan came and asked for you, but I prayed for you. It means that when it comes to the enemy's desires and plan for our lives as believers, Jesus said the only thing that stops it and blocks the enemy is prayer. And Jesus said, I prayed for you that when you are converted, you will strengthen your brethren. Turn to somebody and say, the devil has asked for you. The devil has asked for you. Yeah. I don't like your energy. I don't like your... Tell somebody the devil has asked for you. He has asked for you. Tell somebody the devil wants you. He wants you. He wants your testimony. Yeah. He cannot have your testimony until he gets you offended. Absalom was offended for 4 years. And David wouldn't touch the issue for 4 years. And as a result of that offense, if you check the events in the life of Absalom, it was very sad. And he ended up dying prematurely. And David, his father, who did all the mistakes and the errors, lived. And Absalom died prematurely. Ahithophel died prematurely because he didn't know how to handle offense. If you don't master that thing called offense, if you don't know how to deal with offense, you can die prematurely. And I've seen a lot of people shutting their lives because they didn't know how to deal with offense. I made up my mind long time ago not to be hurt and not to be offended. Why? Because I know what operates behind the scenes. There are things you see happening, and there's something we call causes and effects. And the problem with spiritual people or Christians who refuse to spiritually grow up and understand the rules of engagement is this: they are always responding to the effects and not the cause. They are responding to symptoms and not the root. The Bible said the axe is laid to the root, not the symptoms, not the effects, the cause. So when you see people misbehaving and you see people doing things they shouldn't do, one time when King Saul and Absalom died, the young man that killed Saul came and told David that, David, your enemy is dead. Saul was in a bad shape and he gave me a shot. I killed him for you. And David said, you killed one king and you want access to another incoming king. And David said, kill him. If you can kill a sitting king, you will kill an incoming king. And David said, kill him. So when people come to me to say bad things about other leaders, I mark them immediately. I mark them. And I'm very weary of them because I know if you can destroy one leader, you'll destroy another. It's a spirit. It's a spirit. You can't fight my battles for me. You can't fight my battles. I know how to fight my battles. I know how I win my battle. Win, win, win. Win, win, win. This is how I win, win, win. I have a way of winning my battles. Some of my battles I don't fight. I let God fight it. Some of my battles, I win them by time. I win them by endurance. I win them by long suffering. I win them by patience. And I win by going behind the scenes and finding out what is working through this person. What is responsible for what is going on. Because if you don't check what is responsible for what is going on, you'll be surprised and shocked. I'm telling you. Go back to Ephesians 6:12. Go back to Ephesians 6:12.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
So it's clear that your warfare, your issue, your problem is not with a human being. It's not with any human. You must establish this if you want to move on in God and not be offended. The rest of your life, you must establish this revelation in your heart. I'm telling you. Other than that, you'll be offended about everything, and the enemy can get you. And it doesn't matter how anointed you are, you can become a weapon in the hands of the devil to carry out Satan's plan for the life of another. But I refuse to be a weapon in the hands of the enemy for anyone. I will not. I will not allow myself, through hurt and offense, to be used to speak evil, or to hurt anybody. And then hear me, whenever you're offended, don't make a decision. Don't take decisions when you're offended. You always get it wrong. Because, you see, you take decisions that under normal circumstances, if you were not hurt, you wouldn't have taken that decision. And the only thing that will make you take that decision is because you are hurt. And so you fall in for the trap of the enemy.